What's up, guys? It's your boy Antonio here, and I'm giving my response to the NBA Finals this year. The NBA Finals, guys. The NBA Finals was insane this year. It was different than it was different than many years before in a way for me, just because clearly my team ain't been in it for a while. Like the last time we were relevant, Kobe Bryant dropped 30 points. So as y'all can tell, I'm a Lakers fan. Mad love for the Lakers, man. I miss Kobe Bryant so freaking bad. like I was just watching the game, and then I was like telling my wife, I'm like, I didn't watch the game. I watched like the highlights of the game. So pretty much the whole game, in essence, it's like you can see the quarters of it and everything. But either way, besides the point, I was telling my wife, man, I miss Kobe. It's just like when you grow up on somebody and you've been watching them for 20 years of their life, it's crazy when they're actually not here anymore, you know? So like I said, I mean, I was born in 94, so that was right before he got in the league. I've been literally watching him. He's been my favorite player since I could even remember anything about basketball. So, but yeah, so I watched the finals, guys, and man, you know what? First of all, you gotta give props where it's due, and the Raptors did what they had to do to secure the victory, man, and you gotta give them props for that. Is it an asterisk against their team a little bit? I mean, you could say so, but at the end of the day, injuries happen throughout all of the playoffs, through all of the series and everything. And you know, a lot of people will say that the Warriors had enough to be able to beat you know, the team that they faced. And honestly, I'm not sure if that's the case. Let's just break that down for a second, okay? They had Stephen Curry, 100%, but Klay Thompson missed a few games. In essence, Kevin Durant wasn't there at all, besides what, maybe 11 minutes, 14 minutes, and he dropped a clean 11, by the way. KD was out there looking ridiculous. And then Draymond has regressed to the point where he's not an offensive threat. DeMarcus Cousins is coming back from an Achilles injury and then another injury on top of that, and he's not an offensive threat, really. I mean, he's a threat to a point, but the man didn't even average 10 points per game in the series. So that was very, very limited. So really what you were going off of was Steph Curry, Klay Thompson to a point. He was still there for most of the series, so you got to say Klay Thompson to a point. But he was banged up throughout the entire series. And it just seemed like everybody, Kevon Looney, I mean, it was so bad that they had Alfonso McKinney out there balling, man. And Alfonso McKinney, and when I say trash, I don't mean trash in the fact because he'll whoop me on the court. But what I'm saying is, like, compared to the NBA players, the dude is sort of trash. I ain't gonna lie, man. That man couldn't hit a shot. Wide open, missing wide open shots. I'm like, wow, this guy is boo-boo. But that's besides the point. Man, the Warriors, I've never seen a team in the finals break down like they broke down. Like, physically, they just broke down. Player after player. Andre Iguodala with the calf injury as well. I mean, player after player after player after player. And the Raptors had players that overachieved, in my opinion. Or had their coming out party, in essence. I mean, freaking Pascal Siakam was balling throughout the series. Kyle Lowry had, when he played in Oracle, he was balling. I mean, let's see, Fred VanVleet, clutch. Somebody talk about clutch. Fred VanVleet is clutch, man. That dude got some dog in him. I mean, seriously, when you compare the Warriors team versus the Raptors team, you see a team that played to their maximum ability, and then you see a team that was cursed with injuries and literally, to a point, seemed like they underachieved. But a lot of that underachievement was due to injuries. There's no point in arguing, and I don't think anybody with common sense will truly argue that a fully healthy Warriors team would lose versus a fully healthy Raptors team, because it ain't gonna happen. Okay, it just ain't gonna happen. Duh. Kevin Durant came back for 14 minutes and shook up the whole game for the Raptors. So trust me, it ain't gonna happen. But like I said, props is due because they took advantage, and Kawhi was hurt. Yeah, Kawhi was up there, man. He was picking and choosing, man. Kawhi Leonard was like, if I was to go into a 2K game, put all the sliders up, and then literally sim part of the game, jump in on certain points, sim part of the game, jump in on certain points, jump out the game, jump back in. Like, it's like he was just picking and choosing when he wanted to. He was very efficient in that way. And when he needed to take over, he took over, even though his body was killing him. He was stiff, man. He looked like a grandpa out there dang near. I mean, not literal sense, but the man was legitimately hobbled. You can tell. And he did his thing. So you got to give major props to Kawhi Leonard. But all this nonsense saying he's the greatest player in the world, y'all need to stop it. Y'all really need to stop it. Okay, that's a different topic, and I'll go through that in a few videos. But the best player in the world is Kevin Durant. If he's healthy, the best player in the world is Kevin Durant. There's nobody on the planet Earth who can do what he do. And he's kind of got blessed just like John Jones got blessed, you know? There might be people who may even have a little bit, or they might be like equal to skill almost, but Kevin Durant is just so long, you know? He's so long, and he can do everything that everybody else can do, and he's so long. And same as John Jones. John Jones is like, he's a dog, he's a beast. He got the skill, no doubt about it, but he's just so long, you know? So really, I would say that's the case, but I'm going to get into that a different time. But the fact of the matter is, you got to give congratulations to the Raptors. Do I think they will repeat? Heck no. Do I think Kawhi Leonard will be back? I do. I think he'll be back, and so do I think that Kevin Durant will be back with the Warriors. These are all different topics, man, but I'm going to look over some of these stats real quick. Kawhi Leonard, 28, 10, 4, 2, and 1.2. He had 28.5 points, almost 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 1.2 blocks. I mean, the guy, he played his heart out, and he was pretty dang efficient too. Pascal Siakam, 20 points, 7 rebounds, pretty much 4 rebounds, a block a game, and his percentage was over 500. I mean, that man definitely came to play. Like I said, Kyle Lowry, I wish I could. I'm not going to do it right now because it'll take too much time, but his stats in Oracle was ridiculous, man. Even in this last game, he scored 21 in the first half, 15 in the first quarter. I mean, it was ridiculous. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, about a block. Fred VanVleet, 14, 3, 2 assists, 1 steal. Even Marc Gasol, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, I mean, almost a steal a game. Serge Ibaka, 11 points, 1 assist. I mean, everybody on their team that had minutes gave everything. Even Danny Green, I mean, with the 7.3 points per game, you know, and his defensive presence. But the fact of the matter is that everybody, they had how many people? They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people already in double digits every game. Every game. And at least 2 of them with 20 plus. And then let's just think about the rebound battle. I mean, they clearly had that. They had 3 people above 7 rebounds per game and 4 above 5. I mean, they killed them on the boards. They killed them on the rebounds. Now let's look at the Warriors. Let's look at the Warriors, man. The Warriors, Steph Curry put 30, 5.2, well, 30.5, 5.2, 6 assists, 1.5. If anybody, look, I'm tired of hearing people talk about how Steph Curry isn't clutch. Literally, I looked at the advanced stats of it. He scored 0.8 points less than Kawhi Leonard in the fourth quarter. I mean, this has got to stop. This nonsense has got to stop. Kawhi Leonard scored 6.8 points in the fourth quarter, and Steph Curry scored 6. I mean, it's got to stop, guys. Do you see the type of defense that they play on him? They boxing, man. They with the boxing one. They're totally destroyed. And Steph Curry is not built like Kawhi Leonard. He's not filled with muscle. He's a little dude. And he's still balling out on these dudes. Steph Curry is disrespected. Disrespected. Klay Thompson is underrated. That man pulled almost a Kobe. I mean, Kobe went out there with an Achilles, but this man had a tore ACL, still trying to ball. That dude is a beast, man. 26, 5, 2.4 and a steal. But this is where we start to you start to lose it a little bit. See, Draymond Green is starting to look like Russell Westbrook. Draymond Green is starting to look like Russell Westbrook. Draymond Green can do everything. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But the man can't shoot to save his life. I don't know what happened over the last 3 years. I remember when I seen him in the first final, the man was draining threes. Now this man can't shoot to save his life. This man be having wide open shots. Wide open shots. Nobody near him. I'm talking about the man got like at least 4 or 5 people a distance in between him, and he won't take the shot. This man can't shoot for nothing. He needs to take that broke jumper and work on it. Because, I mean, they exposed him. They exposed him. And another thing they exposed him on, I want to see this stat. Let me see. Is it as bad as I think it is? Because this man was tripping when it came to this. I want to look at the turnovers. My man's was turning the ball over like crazy. I remember everybody was saying that they play different because when Kevin Durant's out, the ball's not in his hands as much and it's in Draymond's hands. And so they were talking about how awesome it looked and how great it was because Draymond would push the ball up the court and this and that quicker. I'm like, yeah, but the man has been turning the ball over like crazy. On the Raptors side of things, the highest amount of turnovers in that whole series for them was Kawhi Leonard with 18. He was not efficient with the ball. That's inefficient. Kyle Lowry, 15, right? And nobody else is even close. It was 9. Now on the Warriors side of things, right, Kawhi had 18. Steph Curry had 17. 17 turnovers. 17 turnovers, right? And he was the second most. My man's Draymond Green had 30 turnovers. He was forcing the ball. And I'm telling you right now, even with the injuries, if Draymond Green, this is the one thing I was looking at the entire series. If Draymond Green did not turn the ball over, if he turned the ball over even only 20 times, I guarantee you there's a game 7 and the Warriors win. I'm guaranteeing you. In 6 games, you have five turnovers every game. Are you serious? 5 per game? 5 per game? We need to be talking about practice with this dude. He needs to practice on his efficiency when it comes to passing. That dude was throwing the ball everywhere. I mean, it was pathetic. I couldn't even... Every time the Warriors would get on a run, he would turn over the ball at the worst time. The worst time. Steph Curry had to stop trying to be so fancy all the time, too, when he passes. Because that stuff is stupid. Now, he had less than Kawhi. 2 more than Kyle. But he still turned over the ball a lot. But Draymond, you be doing simple passes and you still don't even get it right. Yeah, when you throw the ball as much as you have, of course you're going to have about 9 assists per game. But let's talk about how you only have 4 more assists than you have turnovers. It's ridiculous. He needs to fix that. Because with Kevin Durant, that covers it, right? But with Draymond by himself, it don't cover it. The man averaged almost a triple-double, which I always marvel at, and I always think it's disrespectful how they treat Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook needs to learn how to shoot better, 100%. But they disrespect him. A triple-double is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Draymond is amazingly talented, but just like Russell, his decision-making is sometimes very questionable. But the problem is that now we drop down from Draymond's 12.5 points per game, and then we go to 9.2 from Iggy, 8.3 from DeMarcus, 4.8 from Quinn Cook, 5.8 to Kevin Looney, 4.7 with Sean Livingston, 3.5 Jonas, 2.2 Alfonzo McKinney. Andrew Bogut scored more than Alfonzo McKinney. That shows you how trash this man is. 2.4 points per game. This is simply ridiculous. And Alfonzo McKinney had more minutes than Andrew Bogut. That man is pure trash. Trash. But this video is too long, guys. I gotta end it. The Warriors, in my opinion, they got screwed over with the health bug. But at the end of the day, do I think that they'll win next year? I do. Now that's my early, if everything was to stay pretty much the same. But hopefully my boys can make a run. Man, I don't want them to trade for AD, man. Just give them a free agency. I do not want them to trade for AD. They gonna get rid of my guy Lonzo, and Lonzo is growing, man. You gotta let that kid grow. He ain't even had the chance to grow. He been injured. He barely played a full season. Let the man grow and show you what he can do. But that's besides the point, guys. Raptors winning 6, and congratulations to them. I don't want to hear about Drake. That man was forcing the issue. And y'all have a blessed day, man.